Welcome to the unknown, a place where shadows of mystery linger just beneath the surface of our reality. What if everything we've been told about extraterrestrial life has been a lie? What if the truth is hidden in plain sight, tucked away behind classified documents and forgotten secrets? Today, we focus on one of the most famous and controversial events in UFO history, the Roswell incident, and the role that the CIA and other government agencies have played in the cover-up. In 1947, an event occurred that would change the way humanity views the skies forever. A mysterious object crashed in the desert near Roswell, New Mexico. The official explanation has shifted over the decades, but the question remains. Was it really just a weather balloon, or was it something far more extraordinary? Today, we explore the compelling evidence, the contradictory testimonies, and the potential involvement of the CIA in keeping the truth from the public. We'll also explore Dulce Base, a supposed underground facility in the New Mexico desert, where rumors suggest the government has been collaborating with extraterrestrials for decades. Next, we'll uncover the Black Vault, an extensive online archive of declassified government documents that could hold the key to understanding the true nature of UFOs and their interactions with humanity. These theories have captivated researchers, whistleblowers, and conspiracy theorists alike. Evidence of UFOs, aliens, and secretive government operations continues to surface, but the truth remains elusive. Are we dealing with elaborate hoaxes, or is there a deeper truth that has been hidden from the public for far too long? Section 1. The Roswell Incident, the Crash and Cover-Up. On the night of July 2, 1947, something fell from the sky near Roswell, New Mexico. Local rancher Mac Brazel discovered the debris on his property, strange metal fragments, pieces of a reflective silvery material, and what appeared to be some kind of balloon or cloth-like substance. At first, Brazel didn't know what to make of it, but he contacted the local authorities, who soon called the military. What followed was a cascade of strange events that has become one of the most famous UFO incidents in history. Initially, the military's public statement was clear. They had recovered a flying disc from the crash site, but almost immediately, the narrative changed. The next day, the military issued a retraction, stating that what had crashed was actually a weather balloon. This sudden shift in explanation raised eyebrows and sowed the seeds of suspicion. Why change the story so quickly? And why was the initial report so confident in the flying disc description? Many of the initial witnesses who were involved in the investigation, such as military personnel and local residents, reported seeing something very different from a weather balloon. Several reported that the materials were unlike anything they had ever seen before, strong but light, flexible but unbreakable. The descriptions did not match any known military or civilian technology of the time. Over the years, new witnesses have come forward, some claiming to have seen the bodies of extraterrestrial beings, small humanoid figures that were allegedly recovered from the crash site. Former military intelligence officer Jesse Marcel, one of the first to investigate the crash, later admitted that the materials he saw did not resemble anything he had ever seen before, and his own statements about what had been recovered were changed after he returned to base. Marcel's testimony became a cornerstone for UFO researchers who believed the government was hiding the truth about what had happened in Roswell. But what if the weather balloon explanation was merely a cover-up for something far more incredible? Fast forward to 1978, when Stanton Friedman, a nuclear physicist and UFO researcher, interviewed Glenn Dennis, a mortician who worked at the local funeral home in Roswell. Dennis claimed to have been contacted by military personnel to help with the bodies of the alien beings found at the crash site. He described seeing two bodies in the back of a military truck, being prepared for transport. According to Dennis, the bodies were small, humanoid in shape, with large heads and eyes, exactly how extraterrestrial beings are often depicted in modern popular culture. Could it be that Roswell wasn't just the crash of a flying saucer, but also the discovery of beings from another world? Section 2. The CIA's role in the UFO cover-up. Now let's shift our focus to the role of the CIA in the years following the Roswell incident. The CIA has been at the center of many UFO conspiracy theories, with a long history of documented interest in aerial phenomena. From the 1940s onward, the CIA became involved in collecting and analyzing intelligence related to UFOs, and their actions seem to suggest a systematic effort to control the narrative surrounding extraterrestrial life. One of the first clues to the CIA's involvement in the UFO mystery comes from Operation Majestic 12, a top-secret group that allegedly was formed in 1947 to investigate the Roswell crash and other UFO sightings. According to leaked documents, many of which are now considered to be fraudulent, but still part of the larger conspiracy theory, Majestic 12 was composed of high-ranking military and government officials tasked with managing the retrieval of extraterrestrial technology and beings. The documents, though controversial, suggest that the CIA played a pivotal role in the cover-up of Roswell, possibly working alongside the military to suppress information that could have led to widespread public awareness of alien visitation. But the CIA's involvement goes far beyond just Roswell. In the 1950s, UFO sightings across the United States were frequent, and many of them were reported near military installations. The CIA, through its Office of Scientific Intelligence, began collecting these reports and analyzing the data to determine if they posed a national security threat. One of the most famous incidents involved the U.S. Air Force's Project Blue Book, a government program that investigated UFO reports from 1952 to 1969. While the public was told that Blue Book had found no evidence of extraterrestrial life, behind the scenes, CIA operatives were allegedly working with top scientists to study the phenomenon. More recently, the CIA declassified a series of documents in 2017, confirming that they had been tracking and investigating UFO phenomena under the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, AATIP. These documents included reports from military personnel about encounters with UFOs, some of which described objects exhibiting flight characteristics beyond the capabilities of any known human-made aircraft. One of the most damning pieces of evidence regarding the CIA's efforts to control the UFO narrative came with the release of documents revealing that the agency had systematically removed UFO-related files from public access. These files, some of which were decades old, contained witness testimonies, photographs, and physical evidence related to UFO sightings. The CIA's actions suggest that they were intent on preventing public knowledge of extraterrestrial encounters. Why would the CIA go to such lengths to keep these files secret? One possibility is that the agency didn't want to create panic, but it's also likely that the government was working on developing technology based on what was recovered from UFO crashes. Could it be that the CIA was not only concealing alien encounters, but also reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology? Section 3. The legacy of Roswell and the continuing cover-up. Even today, the legacy of the Roswell incident and the CIA's role in the UFO cover-up continues to shape the way we view the phenomenon. The release of the Pentagon's UFO footage in 2017 and the public acknowledgement of UFO encounters by U.S. military personnel have reignited the debate about what the government truly knows. But if the government has known about extraterrestrial life for decades, why are we still left in the dark? Why, after all this time, are they still hiding the truth? One possible answer is that the government is not ready to disclose the full extent of what they know. From the technological advancements to the potential threat of contact with alien civilizations, revealing the truth could destabilize global politics, religion, and society itself. The Roswell incident may have been the first official confirmation of extraterrestrial life, but it certainly won't be the last. As more military personnel and former intelligence officers come forward, the walls around the UFO cover-up seem to be crumbling. The question is, how much longer can the truth remain hidden? Conclusion. The Roswell incident is not just an event frozen in time. It's a living, breathing part of the UFO mystery. From the declassified CIA documents to the brave testimonies of former military personnel, the evidence continues to mount. And while many may still cling to the weather balloon explanation, the weight of the testimony, the cover-ups, and the undeniable phenomena point toward a truth that's hard to ignore. Extraterrestrial life may have already made contact, and we've been kept in the dark for far too long. As we look up at the night sky, we must ask ourselves, what is out there, and what are they not telling us? The truth may be closer than we think. Dulce Base, the underground alien facility. To begin, let's head to the desert of New Mexico, where the Dulce Base conspiracy theory has been a focal point for decades. Dulce is a small town located near the Jicarilla Apache Reservation, and according to conspiracy theorists, it is the site of a top-secret underground base that is rumored to house extraterrestrial beings and serve as the hub for a variety of covert operations. The origins of the Dulce Base theory. The idea of Dulce Base first gained traction in the 1980s thanks to Paul Benowitz, a New Mexico businessman and UFO researcher. Benowitz became obsessed with unusual phenomena around the Manzano Mountains near the base. He claimed to have observed strange lights in the sky and began gathering evidence that suggested the U.S. government was aware of extraterrestrial activity in the region. Through his research, Benowitz was convinced that the government was operating a secret underground base where extraterrestrial beings were conducting experiments in collaboration with the military. Benowitz's suspicions were further fueled by strange signals that he intercepted using sophisticated equipment. He believed these signals came from extraterrestrial sources, and were being transmitted through underground facilities. However, his theories were dismissed by the government, and over time, his mental state deteriorated. Many believe he was discredited and subjected to disinformation campaigns to shut down his research. But what if his claims weren't so far-fetched? The alleged alien-human experiments. What makes the Dulce base conspiracy particularly disturbing is the claim that the base is the site of alien-human hybrid experiments. According to whistleblowers and insiders, the facility allegedly hosts advanced genetic experimentation. Some have even suggested that extraterrestrials and government scientists are working together to combine human DNA with alien species for the purpose of creating hybrid beings. One of the most well-known figures tied to the Dulce base theory is Thomas Costello, a former security officer at the base. Costello claims to have worked at Dulce in the early 1980s and to have witnessed alien beings in captivity, as well as advanced technologies that could manipulate human biology. According to Costello, he and his colleagues were briefed on the dangers of the aliens, and he claims to have witnessed a violent confrontation between the military and extraterrestrials inside the facility. Moreover, according to Costello, the Dulce base contains several levels, each dedicated to different aspects of the alien-human collaboration. The upper levels allegedly house offices and labs where scientists work on reverse engineering alien technology, while the lower levels are said to be used for more nefarious activities, such as experiments involving human and alien DNA. Costello has since gone into hiding, and his claims remain unverified, but many researchers believe that the secrecy surrounding the base is part of a larger cover-up. Physical evidence and testimonies. While concrete evidence of Dulce base remains elusive, the testimony of eyewitnesses and military personnel adds an element of credibility to the theory. Several former military personnel have come forward with similar accounts of strange occurrences around the Dulce area. In particular, Phil Schneider, a civil engineer who claimed to have worked on underground bases for the U.S. government, alleged that he personally helped build the Dulce base and that he witnessed an alien firefight between government personnel and extraterrestrial beings in 1979. According to Schneider, the base houses multiple species of extraterrestrials, including both hostile and peaceful entities. Schneider's testimony was widely debated, but his death in 1996 under suspicious circumstances only fueled the fire of those who believe in the Dulce base conspiracy. Was he silenced because he knew too much? Despite the lack of solid proof, the geography of the area, the involvement of local Native American tribes, and the unusual military activity in the region all contribute to the intrigue surrounding Dulce. While no official government agency has confirmed the existence of the base, the idea persists, and researchers continue to investigate any available evidence, hoping to uncover the truth. The Black Vault, declassified government documents. Now that we've explored Dulce base, let's shift our focus to the Black Vault, one of the most comprehensive archives of declassified government documents in existence. The Black Vault was created by John Greenwald Jr., a researcher and UFO enthusiast who started requesting declassified records from the U.S. government in the 1990s under the Freedom of Information Act (FOIA). His goal was simple: to obtain government documents that could provide insights into the government's knowledge of UFOs and extraterrestrial phenomena. The origins of the Black Vault. Greenwald's curiosity began at a young age when he was fascinated by the stories of UFO sightings and government secrecy. Using his legal right under the FOIA, Greenwald began submitting requests to various government agencies, including the CIA, FBI, and the Department of Defense, asking for documents related to UFOs. The idea was to democratize information, to make it available to the public so that anyone could evaluate the data for themselves. In the years that followed, the Black Vault became a treasure trove for UFO researchers. With over 2 million pages of documents now available online, the archive contains a wealth of material, including UFO sighting reports, military investigations, and classified U.S. government correspondence. While the majority of these documents are declassified and now accessible, they often raise more questions than answers. Noteworthy documents and revelations. One of the most notable discoveries in the Black Vault concerns Project Blue Book, the U.S. Air Force's investigation into UFOs that ran from 1952 to 1969. Despite the official stance that Blue Book concluded that there was no evidence of extraterrestrial life, the documents released through the Black Vault revealed that the Air Force actually investigated a number of highly credible UFO sightings that couldn't be explained by conventional means. Some of these reports detail encounters with crafts that defy the laws of physics, objects that could travel at incredible speeds and perform impossible maneuvers. Perhaps one of the most intriguing documents in the Black Vault is the release of official UFO sightings reports from military personnel and civilian pilots who have consistently reported seeing objects that don't fit any known aircraft design. These reports often include radar data, visual observations, and even photographs that cannot be easily dismissed as hoaxes. Even more fascinating are the classified memos from various government officials, some of which hint at the idea that the U.S. government may have been conducting its own research on extraterrestrial technology. These memos mention reverse engineering, alien artifacts, and even the potential for contact with extraterrestrial civilizations. In short, these documents suggest that the government has been aware of UFOs and alien technology for much longer than they've let on. The implications of the Black Vault. What makes the Black Vault so valuable is that it provides a rare look into the government's internal investigations and their handling of UFO phenomena. Freedom of Information Act requests are often painstakingly slow, and many documents are heavily redacted. But the sheer volume of data available on the Black Vault raises important questions. What is the U.S. government hiding? And why are they still reluctant to release all information related to UFOs? The truth is that even with millions of pages of declassified documents, the government has never fully disclosed the extent of their involvement in UFO investigations or their interactions with extraterrestrial life. Could the massive collection of documents in the Black Vault be part of a larger, carefully curated effort to gradually release information? Or are there still deep secrets that the government intends to keep hidden? Conclusion. In conclusion, both the Dulce Base and the Black Vault offer a glimpse into the secretive world of UFOs, government cover-ups, and extraterrestrial contact. While the Dulce Base conspiracy paints a chilling picture of underground experiments and government collaboration with alien species, the Black Vault provides irrefutable evidence that the government has been researching UFO phenomena for decades. Despite the vast amount of evidence available, much of it remains unverified, and the official government stance still remains largely skeptical. But one thing is certain: the mystery of UFOs and extraterrestrial life is far from over. Whether the Dulce Base exists or not, or whether the documents in the Black Vault are only the tip of the iceberg, one thing remains clear: the truth is out there, and the pursuit of it has only just begun. As we close our investigation into the Roswell incident, CIA involvement, Dulce Base, and the Black Vault, we see a picture emerging, one that suggests not just isolated events, but a complex web of secrecy, cover-ups, and hidden truths. Each of these theories raises important questions about the extent of government knowledge and involvement in extraterrestrial phenomena, yet none offer a definitive answer. The more we uncover, the more the gaps between what we are told and what is hidden begin to widen. Take the Roswell incident, for example, a pivotal moment in UFO history. While the official narrative has shifted over the years, with the government claiming it was a weather balloon, eyewitnesses and new evidence continually point to something far more extraordinary. Did the U.S. military recover an alien spacecraft, as many claim? And if so, why would the government have gone to such lengths to conceal the truth for decades? It's a question that remains at the heart of UFO research, but it isn't the only one. Then there's the CIA, a shadowy figure in this tale. The agency's involvement in everything from disinformation campaigns to suppressing information is well documented, especially when it comes to UFOs. The CIA's involvement in keeping the public unaware of key findings, whether related to Roswell or any other significant UFO event, hints at a broader coordinated effort to manage what the public knows, or thinks they know, about extraterrestrial life. What was the motivation behind such secrecy? Was it simply to prevent mass panic, or was it something more strategic? Next, we have Dulce Base, an alleged underground facility where rumors of government alien collaboration and experimentation persist. The stories of strange experiments and encounters with extraterrestrial beings in the depths of the New Mexico desert are some of the most chilling. While there is no conclusive proof of Dulce's existence, the stories persist, and numerous whistleblowers and testimonies point to a reality that the government has chosen to keep hidden. The question remains: if such a facility exists, what exactly is being done there, and why has the government gone to such lengths to keep it under wraps? Finally, the Black Vault, with its vast archive of declassified documents, opens a window into the government's years of investigation into UFOs and alien phenomena. The documents reveal startling inconsistencies with the official narrative, suggesting that the government has, in fact, known about extraterrestrial encounters for much longer than they admit. But with so much redacted and so much still classified, what is truly being withheld? And why hasn't more been disclosed? Taken together, these theories suggest a deeply ingrained pattern of secrecy, where even today, much of what we know or suspect about extraterrestrial life remains controlled and hidden from the public. The stories of Roswell, the CIA's covert operations, the chilling possibilities of Dulce Base, and the revelations from the Black Vault each point toward a larger truth that remains obscured. And while we may never fully unravel the mystery, the pursuit of these secrets continues to captivate and intrigue those who believe that the truth is just waiting to be discovered. In the end, what we have is a collection of theories backed by evidence, eyewitness accounts, and government documents that paint a picture of a world far more complex and secretive than we are led to believe. The question isn't just what these theories tell us about extraterrestrial life, it's what they tell us about the world we live in. Are we truly being told everything, or is there still more that we're not meant to know?